tell you how it's no such thing as coincidence, and we're going to have a story time, and I'm going to insert the pictures or a clip in so you can know what I'm talking about. Hi, my name is Nia. If you're new here, if you're not new here, you know who I am. We friends. Anyways, so there's no such thing as coincidence. When God tells you to do something, when you hear that little voice in your head and he says, go do this, go do this, go do this, and you just keep procrastinating, you are messing up being obedient. You're not being obedient. Okay, so let's get into it. The other day, God told me, he put it on my heart, you need to have a Mother's Day raffle. I'm like, Mother's Day raffle? God, I need to make some money. I need to make some money, okay? He said, have a Mother's Day raffle and gift one of the mothers a flower bouquet. Now, I crochet flower bouquets. I'm going to put the insert the clip here and now. Crochet flower bouquet. So I said, okay, wait, bet. I'm going to do it. I said, I ain't never did this before. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I set up the raffle. I set up the online access so you can enter in online. I posted. I kept posting it every week. I started crocheting. I started making the flowers and I started making the blanket. And I'm like, dang, I'm really making something for somebody else. But it made me feel good, because it's not for me, but I want to do something for another mother because I am a single mom. So I know how it is when nobody do nothing for me, right? Cool. Keep going. God tells me towards the end of my blanket, he tells me to go, when I enter my bouquet, he tells me to go have a picnic at the park with the kids. And I'm like, God, I always wanted to go on a date at the picnic at the park, but I ain't never had nobody take me. So I got some Panera. I took my tail, because we love Panera, especially the tomato bacon. Don't get me started. Anyways, took my kids to the park. We all went to the park. My son ended up falling asleep. Now, if you know anything about toddler boys, they are a lot of work. Yes, I'm moving. Who cares? So he was asleep, so it allowed me to have time to lay the blanket out, be able to get my crochet together, eat my food. My daughter was there. We was chilling. We was eating, right? In the process of entering the park, I saw the tree that I wanted to sit under. I know the space I want to sit under. I love sitting under that space. Cool. Get over there. It's a couple over there. It's a man, his wife, and a baby. Like, she had been like 6 months, 7 months. I'm not thinking of no mind. I'm crocheting. The lady turns around and says, oh my goodness, what are you crocheting? I love crocheting. I'm saying, oh girl. First thing come out of my mouth is, I got a raffle going on for Mother's Day. I don't even know why I did that. But then we start talking about it. And then I said, you know what, before I leave, even if you don't want to enter, I'm going to make you a flower. I'm going to give it to you. She said, no, I want to enter. I want to enter. When I leave the park, when I get situated, I want to enter. I'm going to hit you up online. I said, okay, bet. So, long story short, she was the last person to enter into the raffle. The last person to enter into the raffle. She's a new mom. This will be her first Mother's Day. I didn't even know that until today. When I delivered them today, I was like, wait, this is your first Mother's Day. Anyways, she enters the raffle. I get ready to do the raffle on the day this time. I hit the button, let the wheel spin. She wins. Boom. She wins. I'm like, whoa. She was the last person to enter the raffle. It was other people that got more raffle tickets than she did. And I'm like, whoa. Anyways, but God is ordained. There's no such thing as coincidences. So she ends up winning the raffle. I get everything prepared. She tells me, mind you, I had in mind I was going to be mailing this thing out. No. God wanted me to take this to her and deliver it to her personally. Okay? She was telling me, stuff is going on in life. Life is life. Life is life for all of us. Cool. Meet her today. I met her and her husband to give her the raffle. I got her also a little teeny bird cage thing for Mother's Day for her and her daughter. Like say it's from her mom to her daughter. Best mom ever. Anyways, yeah, so we took pictures, talked, we chopped it up, and I met a new friend. Cool. When I thought about it, I was like, wait, this your first Mother's Day? She was like, yeah, and this means so much to me. You don't even know. I got her a gift from her daughter to give to her, and then a gift from me was the raffle, the flower bouquets. My bouquets are very expensive, so it was nice quality, but it just made me realize that God put me at that park that day during that picnic to give that lady her flowers, because I didn't know she needed her flowers, but God knew she needed her flowers, so he put me in the right place at the right time to give her her flowers. That is crazy. Because I was thinking, like, all the other people, I'm like, somebody else is going to win. I don't know. I don't know who's going to win. But I realized God knew who needed those flowers. And I told her, I said, this is not a coincidence. If I didn't go to that party today, I would have never met that lady. I would have never got, all of it was ordained. So with that being said, God tells you to do something, you have to do it, because sometimes God is using you to bless someone else. I love you.